But our big political focus this evening is from the neighbouring state of Andhra Pradesh, from Vijayawada. The Andhra Pradesh government has launched a massive door-to-door caste and socio-economic survey in the state. The second state after Bihar to do so in the last few months. Remember, states like Karnataka and others have also conducted such socio-economic surveys before, but releasing of the findings have been a contentious issue, as we've seen in the state of Karnataka. The launch of the survey in Andhra was also timed to coincide with the unveiling of a 206-foot statue of the father of the Indian Constitution, the Dr. Ambedkar statue in Vijayawada, the tallest in the world according to the state government, is being unveiled by the Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy in Vijayawada apparently a short while ago, and the emphasis on caste calculus is clear in an election year. Remember, along with the Lok Sabha elections, Andhra will also have simultaneous assembly polls. The door-to-door socio-economic survey will go on till the 28th of this month, and a final report, the government claims, will be announced by mid-February. So what's the impact this will have on election season in that state? 25 Lok Sabha seats and 175 assembly constituencies. Joining me now, Jyotsna Thirunagari of the opposition Telugu Desam party. We hope to be joined by Abhaya Chowdhury of the YSRCP, the ruling YSRCP, in a bit. I also have with us SNV Sudhir, Senior Assistant Editor of the Deccan Herald, who's tracked the politics of both Andhra Pradesh and Telangana very closely. Before I get to the politicians on the panel, Sudhir, just explain the caste calculus for us as far as this decision is concerned. How does this play out for the YSRCP? And more importantly, is this poll gimmick in election season, as many observers point out?
Well, in the age of electoral politics, whatever governments do, governments are run by political parties, or whatever a government does, it should be, or it will be viewed from the lens of politics. So that is one main and important point which I want to really make now here, as state government, Andhra Pradesh government is taking forward this caste census. And another point is, it's been almost, it was in 2021 November that the state government had passed a unanimous resolution in state assembly and forwarded that to the center, urging the center to take up such a caste census. And it was in 2021, and now we are in 2024, just before a couple of months away from the elections. So what had made the ruling dispensation to wait until now, just till before the elections have going to be announced? So this is another important point which I want to put forth. So what is the government going to achieve with this? There are expectations that the poll notification is expected is expected to be out somewhere around February last week or March first week, and this caste census is expected to be completed or finished by the time. And what is the government going to achieve from this caste census? There will be very little time for the government to take any policy decisions based on this caste census and survey report. So, I really don't understand what is
That's an important point that you make there, Sudhir. That's an important point that you're making there, as far as very little time to take any tangible or substantial decisions based on this. But Abhaya Chowdhury joins us now. My first question to you is, in election season, a hurried caste survey, remember, a socio-economic survey, while it may appear to the electorate, could be far more complex in terms of how it plays out. How does the YSRCP see this, A? And B, is it a hurried decision timed with the elections in the country and the state?
Thanks, Raghava. I think I just want to say this. Today is like the golden chapter in the history of Andhra Pradesh. We unveiled the Ambedkar statue today, which is 125 feet tall, I think, because our government always talks about social justice. Our party talks about the ideology of YSR Congress Party's social justice, and that's one of the key pillars and ideology of our party and our Honorable CM Jagan Mohan Reddy. So we want to empower and marginal on all fronts, be it politically, financially, socially, and providing direct debit transfer, job opportunities, above all, respect and dignity toward the backward classes that constitute 70% of Andhra Pradesh population today. So today is a phenomenal day. I mean, when you talk about Statue of Liberty, we talk New York. When we talk about Statue of Social Justice, it's going to be a pride of Andhra Pradesh, and it's going to be Vijayawada. And that's what we are very, very proud today, and as a nation, as a state of Andhra Pradesh, because not just the statue, but also we got a library there, a state-of-art library. We got a park, we got an auditorium, we got a museum. And then coming back to your second question as well, absolutely, Raga, I'll come back to your second question. Coming back to your second question on the caste census, I think our government in 2021 itself wanted to go on and do the caste census, and due to COVID and due to other reasons. But let me just reiterate 3 bullet points: to ensure equal distribution of our resources, to monitor the effectiveness and affirmative of action policies that we want to take, to provide a comprehensive picture to the society, and most make sure that poor to poor is benefited with all the government schemes that we provide, and make sure whatever the government is spending.
Okay, I'll have to stop you there, and I want Jyotsna to respond to this. Jyotsna, respond to this. Is this caste surveys? While we need to be careful that a census can be carried out only by the central government, it's a caste socio-economic survey that's carried out by state governments. Do you believe that at this stage, a caste survey puts even an opposition party like the TDP in a difficult position, because for political niceties, you may not be able to oppose it, and you will play the same electoral politics if you were in power?
See, the point here is the caste survey that they have taken up at the fag end of their tenure. Very fag end of the tenure, as rightly quoted by one of the panelists. And also, now my other panelist and my co-panelist, Mr. Abhay Chaudhary Garu, tells that this is for, assuring that all of them get the benefits that are to be given by the state government. But how come at the last fag end of your tenure, you are doing a caste survey? So, if you remember, Raghava, we had in Telangana also, we had a survey named Sakala Janulla Survey, which was conducted by the Telangana government, but nothing was done after that. After the survey was done, after the details were taken, nothing was done. Absolutely zero. And I think this is another election gimmick or election tactic by the YSRCP government, nothing more than that. And when we come to the statue of social justice, in fact, I am a little bit, yes, definitely when a statue is inaugurated by, of a famous personality like Ambedkar ji, we are really proud of it. But yet again, by a person like Jagan Mohan Reddy Garu, who doesn't even believe in the concept of social justice. And they believe that we don't want to solve the issue.
Let's keep the issue focused.
No, please, I think you're
just getting into politics. No, I'm not getting into politics. Let me complete my point, Abhay Garu. Let me complete my point. My point here is, if you think the issues faced by Dalits or any other person can be solved by, putting up a statue, no. You need to concentrate on both the aspects of it. You have to concentrate on it. More than 6,000 attacks on Dalits in 4.5 years.
Raghava, allow me to counter, please.
And you talk about the statues. And here again, as I said, I completely welcome the decision of inaugurating a statue. But the timing, and also, as you said...
Okay, a quick response from you. Quick response from you, Abhay. A very quick response on the statue, because I want to keep it substantially focused on the caste census. Caste survey, sorry.
Sir, absolutely. Coming back to, it was in the TDP's manifesto, they said they would put a statue of Ambedkar, and which they haven't delivered. And we have delivered here. And again, coming back to the point that Jyotsna was mentioning, social justice under CM Jagan is a reality on the ground. 68% of our cabinet positions are BC, SCS. And 1.76 lakh crore.
We will discuss that issue. Look, that's a contentious issue. I have very little time left. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Abhay. I have very little time left, and I want final comments on this. I want a focused answer to this question. Caste surveys that we've seen are often easy to announce, easy to carry out, perhaps difficult for those who are collecting the data, but for governments to actually come out and reveal the information in public, it could be a dicey issue. Is the YSRCP playing with something that it may not be sure of what it can unveil? And will the results be out before the election season?
Absolutely, Raghav. I mean, our constitution favors conducting a caste census. Article 340 mandates the appointment of a commission and doing a caste census. And as we say again, it's going to be a 10-day activity where our volunteers going to go and hit every single house and we're going to collect the caste census. As I repeatedly say again, it's going to be completed in 10 to 15 days time.
Okay.
And in the next 15 days, we're going to put our results out. I mean, again, we want to ensure the equal distribution of the resources. We want to monitor the effectiveness of the and affirmative of action policies to provide a comprehensive picture of the society. And we want to make sure the poor to poor is benefited and poor to poor is always been taken care of.
Jyotsna, final word, final comments from you. Is this an issue that's going to be delicate for the TDP to navigate in election season?
See, the point is, if they are doing it with conviction, it would have been, I definitely do accept that, Raghav, but they are not doing it with conviction. They are just playing it as another election gimmick. As simple as that. As simple as that. There is nothing because there is no dedication. It's absolutely an election gimmick by
YSRCP. Now we're winning and we're winning big. Yes. So we don't need to do any gimmicks at this point of time.
2024 is going to be yellow out there. Please.
Okay, that
Raghav,
TDP versus YSRCP clash will play out intensely. The TDP versus YSRCP clash will play out intensely on the electoral fields of Andhra Pradesh, both in coastal Andhra and in Rayalaseema. We'll keep a close track of it. Thank you too for joining us. Thank you, Sudhir, for giving us that perspective. But just shifting focus quickly on a similar issue in a neighboring state of Karnataka. Remember, reservations and caste equations is a national issue, and the Congress government in Karnataka has negated a contentious question of classification of scheduled caste groups for a quota within quota for scheduled castes in the state by writing to the centre seeking a constitutional amendment. While the previous BJP government at the fag end of its term had announced the classification and increase of quota to 17% for scheduled castes, the Congress had also made a similar promise during the polls campaign, and the move to seek a constitutional amendment now puts the issue right back at the BJP and the central government ahead of the 2024 election campaign. My colleague Pratibha Raman joins me for a quick update on this. Pratibha, quickly, what are the political reactions you're picking out, first from the Congress as well as from the BJP?
Well, the Congress has definitely maintained that this is something that the central government has to introduce in terms of an amendment to the Article 341(3) of the Constitution, and that the Congress or the state government would have no power in this. But then the BJP in the meantime has said that the Congress is backtracking on its promise, and that what they had promised earlier while coming to power in Karnataka was now not being fulfilled by the Congress government, and that this is an unnecessary political game that is being played out by the Congress to pass the buck on to the BJP's the BJP party, and that is the one that's ruling in the center, and this is definitely not right. So it's a political blame game that is on between the Congress as well as the BJP in Karnataka, but for now we'll have to wait and see what will be the reaction from the center.
Right, thanks very much there, Pratibha. It's a very complicated issue as far as quota within quota and sub-classifications are concerned. Remember, the larger contentious issue, Karnataka had also carried out a socio-economic survey but hasn't been able to release the findings. There is opposition publicly stated even from within the same government, including from the president of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee. So caste surveys and caste data can be a tricky political issue to navigate across the country. That's all we have time for on the Southern View. The news continues here on NDTV.